Alright y'all, welcome back to the vlog. Yet again, working on the GTR again. You can see Steve's rickety piece of shit behind me here. I'm playing with you. But for real, he's got some wheels that just got done by our friends at Raw Powder Coating. That is who does all of our powder coating, all my stuff too. He's got some tires on here, some meaty boys. Javi's here, putting in work. Andrew's staying with us tonight, always doing things. But over this way, we have one of my little projects that I'm working on. So I love music, I love audio, and even though we're gonna be on the track with this car a lot, I still want speakers in it because this isn't a trailer car, it's a drive it to the track car. So we have the JBL speakers. These were a recommendation from a customer of ours that is big into audio. He's bought a few Skylines. This is what he has in his car. Says he likes it, so I'm gonna go off of his word and put these in the car as well. You can see what I have right here is actually a little adapter plate. So the Skyline has a 4-inch speaker in it, 4.5-inch speaker in it. This allows us to put a 6-inch speaker in the front so we can get a little bit more bass, a little bit better sound. This just bolts right to the door panel. Like I said, this bolts to that, pretty self-explanatory, so we're gonna get that put in. As far as what we're doing for the radio, I wanted something that looks kind of sleek, something pretty clean, something that is OEM but better, and that is exactly this. The Sony radio has a Bluetooth input, really basic radio features, nothing other than that, some Bluetooth pairing, and a USB port, so you can plug your phone in. That is basically all that we need. In the Super, I have the navigation system and Apple CarPlay and all of that jazz. Not gonna do that for the 32. All right, so we've got a bunch of interior pieces here. Speakers are already in, radio's going in. We've got the rear pillars, rear seat pillars, the rear seat sides. Rear seat, Andrew is putting the Nismo seat covers on, the door cards here. The Nismo seat covers are super nice. They're really, really high quality. They've got the Nismo logo on it. They even got a separate piece that goes in right there. So these are the seats that I have. They're a bit tired, a bit worn. They're in really good condition. There's no rips or anything like that, but they're sun faded. So these seats are actually supposed to be black, but you can see they turn blue over time, or gray. So we're going back with the Nismo covers. Again, the reason for this is that our upholstery guy is a little busy. I'm trying to get this done for ours day. These are a really good option, but I will tell you they're about $1,200–1,300 for these. They do take a little bit of time to get. So it's about the same price as actually just having your interior reupholstered the way that you want. Right now, not an option for me based on time. So the Nismo covers, they are actually super nice, so I don't feel like I'm cheaping out or skimping out or anything like that, but they look great. They're gonna go in nicely, I am sure. We've got the speakers in along with the plates that I showed you, the backing plates, so that way we can put a bigger speaker in. Should sound a little bit better. Lots going on. Andrew's a busy guy over there doing all of his things, and I will update you shortly. All right guys, a lot going on. Things aren't really entirely going as planned. The radio that I got turned out to be a lot more work than I think we thought it was going to be as far as the install goes. So we're putting in a really super basic one that has a USB outlet and Bluetooth, so at least I can possibly have something as I drive it 500 miles to break in the engine and also to the track. And I will deal with making the inside sound cool later on. We have the complete interior out, rear seat pillars, the rear sides, door cards, everything going in. The seats, Andrew is still working on putting together over there, but they're coming along really quite well. Again, you can see the wrinkliness in the seats here, but hopefully after I sit in them for a good amount of time and maybe some other people sit in them and we drive around in it a little bit, it breaks it in a little bit more. Another fun update, it reeks like gas. From the rear of my car, it smells heavily like gas. So that's probably not a super good thing. So we're probably gonna need to check that out at some point, but all of this going in tonight. So these Nismo seat covers are a bitch. I hate you. Andrew hates these things. We were both just ripping on these things earlier. I hate these. Like one of us standing on it, the other one of us pulling. They go in really tight, but I mean they fit pretty snug. You can see there's still some wrinkly kind of stuff here. In hindsight, not worth it, but it's gonna work for right now. You can see that they don't fit totally perfect, but they look much better than was right here. But we'll steam them, hit them with a heat gun, see if we can get it to form fit a little bit more, and then maybe with some sitting in them and stuff like that, they tighten up a little bit. All right, so these are on, they're done. Andrew did them. What do you think? Would you do it again?
No, I would never do it again.
Yeah. To be honest with you, they look okay, but they're not like outstandingly great. How would you rate putting them on?
It was like decently hard. It's tedious because you gotta tuck everything in.
Yeah.
That's about it. So
if you buy a car from us and you want these, you're on your own. Yeah, we're not doing this again. I don't know that you would want to spend the money on it. Again, like I said, these are literally the same price as just having a good upholstery guy literally do them. They're nice because they're authentic Nismo pieces if you care about that. But I feel like for the money and the literal hours Andrew spent putting them on, you could just have an upholstery guy do it and stitch Nismo in it, and nobody would probably ever know. I didn't have the luxury of doing that, but here they are, and we'll put them in. I'm sitting in the back seat right now. Back seat. I can almost touch the pedals. What's up? I don't need no driver's seat.
This is how you're going to ours then?
Yeah. This is what Andrew feels like when he drives a car. Feels pretty good. Got my son Javi in the back there. Stretched out. My other son Steve. Pretty good seat. I mean, it looks good, feels good. I'm into it. Not bad, not bad, not bad, not bad. Also brand new from Nissan, the rear C-pillars. Mine are old, damaged. They tend to crack here where they get brittle over time, especially even back here. They tend to crack and then they get floppy. Another thing that happens is this glue comes loose over time as it gets hot and it peels back, and you try to reglue it, never really works. Again, bought them brand new from Nissan. You can still get them, OEM Nissan part number, and they're a little expensive. They're about 400 bucks, but definitely worth it to complete the interior if you're gonna be picky about it. All right, so for contrast, here's the old one. You can see it is broken, bendy, not great, cracked down here. All of this is peeling and coming up, which is what I was talking about earlier, versus the new one. So 100% worth replacing. Just buy the stuff. So after doing some research, this rear piece is insanely expensive, and mine was like really dirty. It was completely faded. What I did to kind of get this back to black, it's called Landau Black. It is an interior coating. It's specifically for carpet, fabric, that kind of stuff. This stuff you just spray it on over and over and over again until you get the nice black finish that you like. Just saved me hundreds of dollars. And it's going to be in the back window holding the speakers anyhow. No one's really going to see it because the windows are tinted, but nonetheless, it looks better than it did, and looks actually literally brand new. So shout out to whoever makes that, Sam, color coat, Landau Black. If you need interior spray, this is what I use. All right, due to some time constraints here before Ours Day and our open house, I am going to be doing a little touch-up work on these myself. So they're a little faded, a little discolored, not exactly the way that I want them. The way I want them is rewrapped in new vinyl with Alcantara in the middle. That is not going to happen in time. So we are going back to our interior coating, Landau Black, and we're gonna try this out, see if I can darken this up a little bit, get it looking just a little bit nicer. Again, this is meant to be used on this material, so please don't say I'm spray painting it. This is literally what this is for. It is interior dye. We're going to dye this a little bit. We're going to dye Yoshihara this a little bit. I don't know if you'll be able to tell the difference on video, but here is the one that we just sprayed with the interior spray. Here is the other. You can tell that one is darker, and the other gets rid of some of the fade that happens naturally over time. Again, these pieces are, you know, 30 years old, so you get sun fade. This is, like I said, in a perfect world, we'd completely redo this in new vinyl with Alcantara, but it looks better than that. That is gonna help me get through this event until Caesar can get me in to do my upholstery. All right, it is 3 a.m. To add to the bullshit. The seats are finally in. These were a pain in the ass. Don't ever do it. This is the dumbest $1,300 you could spend. Just don't do it. Another really cool thing, for some reason, I don't know why, my seat doesn't go back as far back as I guess apparently other seats go. This is like my first time sitting in the car with the seats bolted in, and there's like 2 inches of not enough room. I just sat in another 32 that I know that I fit in an R32 before because I've driven them hundreds of times, and for some reason there's like a 2-inch deficit. Also, this seat is from like a different series car, so the connector on the bottom of it doesn't fit, and the seatbelt light just stays on eternally, so that's really rad. So everything you just saw about us having to put these goddamn seat covers on just gets undone now. We take them off and I don't know, do it again with a seat that apparently slides back all the way or whatever. See you tomorrow. Guys, welcome back to the vlog. I'm in a slightly better mood today than I was when you saw me last night, and we're gonna go into the garage, check out the car. We did get the seat somewhat fixed and back in place, so a little less stressed out about that, but let's go take a look at this thing. All right, inside you can get a better look at where we're at interior wise. The seats look pretty nice despite them being an absolute nightmare to put in. As I've sat in them a little bit, they've worn a little bit better, which is nice. I've got a steering wheel that I got from Sean, which has the flat bottom, which should be nicer for my long legs at ours day. Down here we got the Nismo floor mats that have already gotten kind of dirty. Nice touch. Nismo titanium shift knob, locks from the top. Got the Nismo lighter, that's just being a little extra. The CD player that I didn't really want, but I got just because the other one required so much more wiring to put in. And the back obviously looking a lot nicer than some of those earlier pictures when we first got it. So all in all, came together pretty nice in here. You can see the door cards turned out really nice with the black dye. They look super clean, matches the interior overall really well, so pretty happy with that. All right guys, I wanted to go over the worst part of every one of these videos in this series. What does it cost? So I spent some money on this last video, so we'll get started on that. The speakers cost $250. I bought them on Amazon, JBLs at the recommendation of one of our customers. They sound really good, so I'm happy with that. The mounts to put the speakers in the front, $40. Bought them on Baiyi, which is Yahoo Auctions in Japan. The Sony RSX high-res receiver that I wanted to put in the car, $1,400. Unfortunately, didn't get around to putting that in the car. It requires a lot of adapter wiring and a special speaker wire to run through, which I just really don't have the time right now. So instead, I'm using a $200 radio that we just bought randomly. The door cards were $0 because we fixed them with the Lando Black, but brand new. You can buy them for $4,000 right now for the front door card, so I avoided that cost. The rear speaker shelf, same thing, fixed it, cost me $0 to do that, just whatever the interior paint costs. Brand new right now, $1,600 if you want to replace that part. The C-pillars I bought brand new. Those were $400 from Nissan, so not bad. Definitely worth it. You saw them wrinkling and pulling apart earlier in the video, so having brand new ones worth the $400 to me.
The seat covers, $1,542 from Z1 Motorsports. If you want the Nismo seat covers, they were an absolute nightmare to put on. In my opinion, they don't even really look that great. I mean, they look great, but they don't fit that well. It would fit way better if somebody were to like upholster them to the seat, which maybe I'll end up doing, having Caesar just stitch those right to the actual seats. But in my mind, would have much rather spent, you know, the $1,100 just to have the whole interior done custom, but unfortunately wasn't an option under the deadline I was in, so Nismo ones it was. The Nismo titanium shift knob, super cool piece. Those are $295 if you want one of those. I think they look great. It stands out in the car, but it's nothing too super crazy. The new shift boots, an eBay boot, $40. Bought those on eBay from some place in the UK. Seem pretty nice, shipped fairly quickly. The Amori factory ones are super nice, but they are way expensive. Greddy makes a really nice one, but that's probably what I'll end up using. But in a pinch, got these. They seem to be working great. Nismo floor mats, $230. Again, you can buy those from Z1 Motorsports if you want. Probably not totally necessary, but goes with the overall theme of the car, so I'm in it for that. And the Momo steering wheel, on loan from Sean. Didn't have to buy it, but I do want to get a Nismo wheel. Those can range anywhere from $1,500 to $3,000 for the Nismo wheel that I want. So not sure that's totally worth it for me right now, but maybe in the future. That puts our total for today's episode at $4,197. If you keep in mind, I avoided an extra $5,600 in having to buy things by fixing them. So only on this one, spending $4,197. So it's all adding up. That puts us over $25,000 into parts on the car so far, not including any of the labor. So we are actually past what we sell a completed car for. On the lower end of things, and the car actually isn't even really running yet, so still a lot to do. So with that in mind, I guess this is the point where we hit the mark where it would have been cheaper for me to just buy one full price out of our inventory. But where's the fun in that? See you guys in the next one, when we start paying some attention to putting things together under the hood and getting things ready in the final day before ours day. See you guys in the next one.